All right, class. So this video, we are going to do the same thing we did last video, just with a different size shape. So last time we did pentagons and an octagon, and today we're doing a dodecagon, which is 12 sides. Okay, so this has 12 sides. And I know that if you don't have a, any way of printing out a dodecagon, this can be really challenging to draw. But the math is the important part. So when you draw it, you can just do your best, and it'll be fine. Okay. Same with your homework. If you don't have a printer, you just have to sketch the shapes out. Don't worry about them being perfect. It's the math that I care about. Okay. All right. So this is a 12-sided shape. Okay. In your homework, you're going to do a 10-sided shape. So the math will be really similar, but you'll have to do a slightly different problem for homework. Okay. And in this problem, I gave you that this side is 12 centimeters. That's how long that side is. Okay, so remember, the first step is always find the sum of all the angles. Let me show you that's in the picture. Yeah. So the sum of all the angles, okay, is that formula, n minus 2 times 180. Okay, there are 12 sides, so that's going to be 10 times 180, which is, of course, 1,800. That's the sum of all. And notice the more sides it has, the more the sum of the angles are, because these angles get bigger and bigger. It's kind of cool. All right, there are 12 of them, so I have to divide by 12, and I get that each one is 150 degrees. Okay, so again, what that means is that this angle is 150, 150, okay. You don't have to draw this 12 times like I'm doing. I just want to make sure you guys understand. Okay. Okay. So the reason I'm not filling in this last one is because you have to find the center. Okay. And what you want to do, and I know it's hard to draw perfectly straight lines, but draw the straightest line you can there and the straightest line like you can there. And what you want to do is you want to break this up into triangles. Okay. And of course, because it's a 12-sided shape, there's going to be 12 of these triangles, okay? I'll draw those later. I don't want the picture to get too crazy. Okay, we know how to find the area of a triangle, okay? We need to know the height and the base, and I already gave you the base, which is pretty nice, okay? So you're going to go like this, okay? And the only thing you have to find for me is the height right here, okay? So again, we know that if this whole thing is 12, that it breaks that up into 2 equal parts, because this is an isosceles triangle, and it always will be. Okay, so now I know that that part's 6, that part's 6, and we're just trying to find the height. Okay, we obviously have to know an angle. Okay, so this angle right here is 150, but this blue line will cut that in half. So it'll make this side of the angle 75 degrees. I know I just drew that really small. That's 75 degrees, okay? And now I can just use trig. So from the 75, this is the opposite. This is the adjacent. The trig function that uses that is tangent. So I can write the tangent of my 75-degree angle is my height, which I don't know, over my adjacent side, 6, which is I do know. I cross multiply, and I get that the height is 22.39. Okay, notice that's a pretty big number because this is much taller than that. Okay, all right, so now I'm kind of set to go. So the area of one triangle, okay, remember, is 1/2 base times height. Okay, the base was given as 12. The height we just found is 22.39. Okay, so the area of one triangle, okay, is 134.35 centimeters squared. Okay, however, okay, I don't know if I'll draw all these, but you do know that this and this, like this, okay, if you draw all of these, my lines are getting increased. Ooh, that one's pretty straight, okay. If you draw all of these like this, okay, it does break that up into 12 of the same exact size triangle, where we found the area of just this one, okay? So this answer right here is only that red triangle. Now I have to multiply it by 12, and I get 1,612.25 centimeters squared. Okay. All right, so I wanted to make the video kind of short this time. The homework, you have, I think, 3 of these. And, you know, they can get kind of hard because there's a lot of steps. So we can go over them in Zoom. We can do like some of the homework in Zoom if you want. Okay? Bye, guys. Email me if you have any questions.